Hi, so one of my most asked questions is where do I get my jewelry? I always answer it completely honestly. There's no reason not to tell everybody. I get it from estate sales, estate auctions. Um, Very few times do I get to go view entire estates who are willing to sell their entire estate. And I wanted to share this video and experience with everybody because I've been getting the question so much. So just a tiny bit of the background is that this man contacted me. His mother had a antique store, and at the end of her career, she focused mainly on jewelry. And he found me online and contacted me to ask if I would like to buy the entire estate. He doesn't want to piece it out or anything. He just wants to sell it all as a whole. He's enjoyed his time with it. You can tell he loved it. And now it's time to get rid of it and move on to the next phase. And I was very honored to go see it. And here's a little bit of it. And I hope you enjoy looking at it as much as I did. And I spent hours and hours and hours there. So you'll see why. And I just wanted to show this because when people say, oh, that's the cream of the crop, where do you get that? Where all different places. I look everywhere. Flea markets, yard sales, estate auctions. If somebody contacts me, I'm all about it. And even shopgoodwill.com. I go there sometimes. I only buy pieces there very little because things are outrageously priced on there. However, just everywhere. If I find it and I like it and I feel like I need it for my collection or I want to sell it, I buy it if I can make a profit or if it's something I have fallen in love with. So enjoy. So we're just leaving to go to Chicago. It's like a 10-hour trip. It's probably gonna be more like 12 hours on the road with stops and stuff. But my mother-in-law is going to take care of my daughter, so me and my husband are leaving for the first time in 3.5 years without her. And we're going by ourselves. The best part about this is that there's a guy who contacted me, and he has an entire basement full of vintage jewelry. And I'm so excited to go see it. He wants quite a bit of money for it, but it could be well worth it, and I have to see it to make my decision. So he sent me a lot of pictures. I was very impressed. However, I still need to see it. My husband, say hi.
Hi.
Is coming with me to make sure I don't pay the money. So I'll be checking in with you throughout there, and even if I don't get the collection, I'm gonna be videotaping it as I kind of look through it and see it, so at least you guys can see. And maybe if he wants other people to contact him if I don't get it, you'll have a shot at it. Bye. So it's 4 a.m. and we just got here to the Knickerbocker Hotel, which is pretty cool. I probably would have been recording a little bit more because I've never really been in Chicago to take in the sights or anything, and I won't be doing it this time either. I'll be just sitting here looking at jewelry and going to a few restaurants, but that's okay. It's still gonna be really fun, and I'm pretty excited. My husband ran into the hotel to see where we can park because neither one of us really know. But like I said, it's 4 a.m. and we're just gonna have to sleep and get right up and go. So it's just a really, really cool place. I'm excited. This is not Arkansas. I'm already anxious and stressed out. We're at a famous pizza place, but I don't know how to say the name. My husband went to the One Bite place, and this was like one of the top rated places. So I guess we're gonna try that. You're just gonna eat it like that? You're not gonna like pull it and do like the whole thing? What? You're scaring me right now. This is the beautiful house that we finally pulled up to in a gorgeous part of Chicago. All the address and numbers and stuff I've taken off of the house for his privacy. We went in and it was a gorgeous house. His friend was there, very nice man. He was very nice as well. They were just so welcoming and talkative because I'm a very talkative person, so that makes me feel better. And here's some of just the still photos I took. I mean, this collection is insane, and I love it so much. Right here, there's Kenneth Lane, Griffin, just, just from just, these are drawers and drawers and drawers, and he had them color coded or sorted by colors. So you can see 1940s sterling there, just dress clips, rings. This is two tiny trays of rings, guys. He must have had a gabillion of them. Look at this jelly belly fish. Is that not stunning? And right up there with the flowers is another Coro craft. Tons of just rhinestones. Sparkles, sparkles, sparkles. Here's one of the pictures he sent me. I couldn't believe how much Kramer, New York he had. I've never probably seen as much. I love this enamel. So he had lots of sterling and enamel. Here's a close-up of some of those rhinestones. It was just fantastic. I mean, like, guys, you would never, ever believe the amount. So I tried to walk around a little just to show the full amount of stuff that was just laying everywhere. And this basement is huge, guys. It's like an 800 square foot basement, okay? There wasn't like, oh, this is just a little bit. No. And these boxes are just full of brooches and necklaces. And I mean, it was all quality. Look, here's these southwestern rings with the turquoise and everything. And I'm going through fast because I'm talking to them at this point too, and I've muted that out because it was just private conversation. But as you can see, look at these amber. Oh my goodness, it was, and this is like not these are tiny little snippets you're seeing. These boxes are stuff he hasn't even taken out. Earrings upon earrings, figurals. Look at these. Look at this, like new old stock. This was like marked Austria bracelet. These are his display cases that he had taken back from there. There's some of these marvelous antique stick pins, and I am just in awe of everything here. And I mean, you couldn't. I would have wanted to sit on the floor and went through every single solitary piece. He let me stay long enough, don't get me wrong, but I would have stayed longer. Like by the end of it, I'm sure he wanted me gone because I was like, and my husband was there too, and he had to get some work done. His mother had these wonderful embroidered, like antique pillows, and she was putting all like the Victorian pins on there. And I mean, this is just a tiny snippet of those pins. This is just a way she enjoyed displaying them, is at least what he told me. And I mean, this stuff it's just laying in all these gorgeous, just trays and trays full of stuff. You can see here's bracelets and some more brooches. And I mean, I'm looking back at it now, and I wish I would have had everything. The giant flowers with rhinestones, sterling, not rhinestones, but like regular stones. And I pull out just a few of these drawers, but I mean, everything was such amazing quality. So I'm walking back over. There's my husband. And these bags, these boxes are just full. I guess I'm going back to just some of the stuff I've shown before, but I felt a little embarrassed to do all of this in front of them because they were like, "What are you doing? I thought you was here to buy it." Or I don't think he was really thinking that bad about me, but I wanted to really show you guys too because I know how important it is to know where to find jewelry. And sometimes I come along and find something like this, and this is a once in a lifetime kind of opportunity to find these things. This is nothing but sterling necklaces. He has lots of it marked, lots of it done so well. So it's not like I didn't know what I was looking at when I was looking at it, but it was nice to see it. Sterling, here's a beautiful Hattie Carnegie, an earlier piece. And then he had too a lot of Stanley Hagler there. Hagler, I'm not sure how to say it, but and some of them were like prototype pieces from a woman who worked at the place. You can just see these, antique agate. Oh, this was gorgeous. There was lots of sterling, and I just took a picture of it. And that big round brooch was an Originals by Robert. That was really nice. Gold tone brooches, and he had them marked as gold tone, pearl, red, blue. It was oh my gosh, what am I gonna do with my life? I need all of this. I need every single solitary bit of it. Guys. Yeah, if you're not drooling like I was drooling, then you might want to stop watching the video now. Because I'm still looking at it oh my goodness. I wish I wouldn't have left without it. Now that I'm looking at it again. Oh, this was it's like an old dental cabinet, and where they would have kept either their tools or sets of teeth or whatever. It's a beautiful cabinet he has this stuff in. And it was solid, nothing but vintage earrings. And yes, they were color coded as well. When I do my jewelry, I usually do it sort of by kind of air and type when I, situate my jewelry, but he did it by color, which is great as well because in the store they ran, he told me they would come in and say, "Hey, we need this color, or we need this color." And look at these beautiful, oh my goodness. Yeah, I took forever over there. I taped a little bit, but I mean, there was just, think of how many earrings is just in this cabinet. This is ridiculous. It's so gorgeous. Oh, I remember those. I loved those. I wanted to put those on and just walk around with them, but that probably would have been a tiny bit inappropriate. There was they were gorgeous. And he also had a man who worked for him who was really good at putting some things together. So almost all of these are still tagged with the store tags, and if it was marked one, he said BK or something like that, it was that his one of the men that worked for him actually made the jewelry as well from antique crystals and stuff like that. So that was it was just all such a great, interesting story. This was a pretty interesting piece. He brought it up to me and asked if I knew what it was. Very beautiful is all I didn't really know. So then he explained to me it was like a 1950s or 60s burlesque or striptease set, and you can see by the pasties that are sitting right there. Here's some of these just miniatures he had bagged up, and if you know me from my other videos, I'm in love with miniatures. Stunning Art Nouveau sterling silver hand mirrors with these great figural cherubs and flowers and like the willowy. I mean, he had lots of those. It wasn't just one. I took some stills and close-ups of the Victorian air brooches that he had, or his mother had, on pillows. And as you can see, they were just so stunning. And some of them were more common, like the piece of coral one that's very common, but there's other ones that are just, they're so nice. And they ranged anywhere from early Victorian all the way to Edwardian. So, as you can see, and most of them were gold filled. He told me he didn't really have a whole lot of gold there. Here's just some bracelets that, there's just a still photo of them. Now this, I love the bracelets on the bottom. Obviously, there was lots of that stuff, but I love these enamels. These figural sterling or 800 silver and brooches that have the beautiful enameling on the top of them. I loved those. He had tons and tons of them. He had bins and bins and bins full. This one apparently is almost empty, but I mean, it was so much. I'm a big stick pin fan, so I took another picture of that before I left. And here is a stunning Weiss bib necklace. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen one so big. This was just like one of those panorama pictures I took, and this was just of one wall, not like the whole thing. So it's crazy how big it actually was. I just kind of wanted you to see a little bit of how big this collection was. So I just got back home. As you can see, I look so amazing. It's 6:30 in the morning. We just got back from Chicago. Didn't get any of the jewelry, and my husband wouldn't let me pull the trigger. It's a substantial amount of money, but it's a substantial collection. And I'm really hoping that maybe today or tomorrow we can maybe come to some kind of arrangement. I'm not sure. I would really love to have it. But you know, you always got to think of your family first and stuff. Just because I love it doesn't mean I can have it. But I do think I could make good money off of it, and I think it would be great for my collection and a learning tool for all of us and everybody who watches me and everybody in the future who could see it. So laying your hands on the jewelry is so much different, and it really helps you understand the compositions just from the weight and the feel of the stones. When you see them close up, how things latch together, you can feel like the cheap ones are flimsy when you take the clasp back and forth, but like these really heavy, nice quality pieces, you can feel the security. You know they're gonna stay. If you have a brooch, you can just tell. And especially after all my years of handling them, just picking up pieces. I bet you I could blindfold pick up pieces. Not all of them, but you know, some of them. It's like people who counted money all their life. They can like hold bills and almost tell you how much money is in that just from holding it. So I'm disappointed, to say the least. I was really mad at first. I was like, we got in the car, and anybody who's married or has been in any sort of relationship knows that you get pretty upset when something you want is almost sort of denied by your significant other, but you start to realize later that it's probably good that you don't just jump into some things. It's a really big investment, but I really hope I can still get it. I just don't know. But I'll let you know in the next video whether I've come to an agreement to get it with the man who has very, very kindly at least let me in his house and see it, and I got to go through it, and it was his mother's store. So, and he called it later, like right when we were leaving, his mother's jewelry box, and I thought it is so sweet. So I would love to have it, give it a good home, and find good homes for the pieces that I don't need. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget I have a giveaway at the end, so go ahead and stay tuned to see how to get what the giveaway is. All right, thank you. Bye. Your blood is my blood, your skin is my skin, sister, my half, my twin. Sometimes I wanna go back, just wanted you to know that. So here's a little vintage mini hoard in honor of the giant hoard I saw. There's all different kinds of things in here. Necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and brooches. There's some sterling. There's also like some older sterling from Mexico. The line piece is really cool. I think it's probably from the 80s. It's very large and bulky, but there's all kinds of neat stuff. All you have to do is like and comment so I can reply to your comment if you win. Thank you. I'm your soldier.